Hey kids, it's me again, Mrs. Veers. We are going to now review our division strategies. I know this page looks a lot like our multiplication strategies page, but remember, we do repeated subtraction, which is different than multiplication, where we do repeated addition. Before we get started, I'm going to give you a scenario to help us write our problem. So in my free time, lately I've been walking dogs at the Page Animal Shelter, and we're going to pretend that there are 12 total dogs at the shelter, and then we're going to pretend that I'm only allowed to walk 3 dogs at a time. So that's going to be my number of items in each group. So as I start, I'm going to put 1, 2, 3 dogs together, and I'm going to put a circle around them to show that those are the only 3 dogs I can walk at that time. Then I'm going to put another 3 together, 1, 2, 3, and put a group around that. As you can see, I'm making groups of 3, and I need to get to 12 total items. So you'll see so far I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need to do one more group of 3, 10, 11, 12. And that makes my 12 total dogs that I can only walk in groups of 3. So this is my equal group strategy, where I broke up my 12 dogs into the 4 different groups so I can walk them. Now we're going to do repeated subtraction. And what we're going to do with this is we're actually going to start with 12. And we're going to subtract the number of items in each group. So I'm going to start by subtracting 3. 12 minus 3 is 9. And then I'm going to take this answer 9, and I'm going to do 9 minus 3, which equals 6. And then I'm going to take this answer, 6 minus 3 equals 3. And then again use this answer to do 3 minus 3 equals 0. Remember, the goal with repeated subtraction is to get all the way to 0. That's how we know we found our answer. And we can look here. I have subtracted 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And you'll see in my equal group strategy, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 3. If you have trouble with your subtraction, something you could do is you could make tallies or dots. You would do 12 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And as you subtract, you'll cross out your dots. So for example, 12 minus 3, I'd cross out and count down. Here's my 3. And now I can count what's left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And there's my answer. Same thing here. I can cross out another 3, count what's left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's my answer. When I go to subtract 3 minus 6, I can cross out my other 3. I see that there are 3 left. And finally, I'll cross out my last 3 to get me to 0. So you'll see again that I've subtracted 3 4 times. So I know that 12 divided by 3 is 4. As for skip counting, we're going to start at 12 and we're going to count backwards, because remember, division is where you take a total and you're splitting it up. So in this case, I started with my 12 dogs and I had to take out 3 at a time, so I knew which dogs to walk. So 12 minus 3 is 9. 9 minus 3 is 6. 3, and down to 0. And again, remember, the 0 doesn't count as one of our skips. So you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 skips of 3. Lastly, we'll do our arrays. So again, you'll see you can use your equal groups to help you. We should have groups or rows of 3, and we should have 4 rows of 3. Remember, our rows go left to right, and we've talked about that as when you row across a lake, you have to row left to right, just like our rows in our arrays. Finally, our number line. Again, remember, with division, we start with a total and we count back. So we're going to start at 12. And I'm actually going to mark out my skips so I know where to jump to. So I see my next one is 9. I'll draw a dot there. Another dot at 6, 3, and I should get all the way back to 0. That way I can draw my jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4 jumps, just like I have 4 groups. I've subtracted 3 4 times. I've skipped 4 times, and I've made 4 rows in my array. So we can say that 12 divided by 3 equals 4. So again, just like with multiplication, give these a practice to help you solve your division facts. You can do this on paper, with markers, with paint, crayons, whatever you like. You could do this outside, maybe challenge your siblings and see if they can stump you. Have fun, kids. Can't wait to see you soon.